Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Dingbat again here, bringing you another episode of our Be a GM series. Got the Boston Bruins and Toronto Maple Leafs as our matchup in this playoffs here. I'll show you our upcoming games, give you a little preview. We'll do this series. Hopefully we'll get to another series if we do win. Unfortunately, as most of you may know, on the Xbox One version, they don't have the nice simulation model that they had in previous versions of the BGM. A lot of features were left out in this year's hockey game, but, you know, I'm going to cut EA some slack. They, needed to get it out on the new console. I'm sure there's some tough things to convert over, but hopefully most of that stuff is back this year in Be a GM, but we will quickly go through that. NHL awards are this week, and cover votes coming up, so I'm excited for that. I'll show you the Maple Leafs roster. I don't know about you guys, but I think the cover vote, there's like maybe, there's going to be a lot of different candidates, but my guys, I'm thinking, it's got to be Crosby's up there. I don't know why they have not chosen him at all. Can you not even view Toronto's lines? Like, what is up with that? Anyways, Crosby's got to be up there. John Tavares, he had an awesome year this year. Another guy would be like Tyler Seguin, and maybe Jamie Benn, his teammate. I don't think him as much because he's not a big name. Or even Rick Nash over in New York. I did give you a little showing of the stats on Toronto last week. Yeah, I don't think for the awards they'll go for all Canadian type player like a Carey Price from Canada and on a Canadian team. So I'm thinking more of an American team, Canadian player, or some sort of mix. It's usually on an American team for the past few years anyways. I think the last Canadian was probably Dion Phaneuf when he was in 09, I believe. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. I'll show you once again how hot Phil Kessel and James Van Riemsdyk were this year. Joffrey Lupul as well, I shouldn't leave him out. I don't know if that's exactly their first line. It's not going to really let us look at it with the limited features we have here, unfortunately. But they have 0 guys in the 20-goal plateau. So they have 3 guys over 30, no one 20, 22, 30. So they really have those top 3 guys, and that's it. And then I'll go back and show you our team, the Bruins, and give you a little preview of that. Our goal scoring actually looks a lot worse, but if you go right down the list, look how many guys we have at least 10 goals with. It goes all the way down, and Tuukka Rask is the guy that's carrying us anyways. Probably is going to get Vezina. I don't know if they show that yet. Team awards, player awards. Yeah, so he's probably going to get Vezina. Again, he's the reigning champ. So, with all that being said, I'll get to the simulation. Hopefully we'll get off to a hot start. Maybe they'll change the lines around. It's going to be tough to tell. Oops, didn't want to play the game. Tough to tell who's doing good or not. Hopefully they have some playoff stats that we can at least look at, but they don't have that slow simulation feature where we can actually watch, see who scores the goal, the back and forth action. All right, first game. 3-1 loss at home, not starting the series off good. I don't want to back out after every game, but let me look quickly, see if they have a season stats and standings, playoff tree. Okay, let's see what we got here. So I'll show you, we are down 1-0. I probably should have showed you this first. These are the playoff teams. So it looks like Anaheim's 1-0 on Chicago. A lot of similar playoff teams to this year, actually. Colorado is different out west. San Jose and LA. So, I mean, maybe some new ones, some not. Bruins didn't make it. Montreal and Bruins and Toronto actually, but we have some familiar teams up in the playoffs, so we'll see. It's still possible we can get that Blackhawks Lightning Stanley Cup that we just had. Duncan Keith is another great candidate for the cover, but I don't know if they'll go with another Blackhawk again. He is one of my favorite players, probably the best defenseman in this game, maybe besides Pernell Carl, PK Subban. Oh man, that is not good at all. 2-0 loss, second game versus Toronto. Both of those were at home. I don't want to blame Tuukka too much because our team has scored 1 goal in 2 games. So let me quickly maybe edit the lines. I'm gonna take Gregory Campbell out of the lineup. That's for sure, because he can't be helping at all. So I'll let you guys stay with me. At least we're not suffering any injuries, knock on wood. Don't want to jinx that, but let me take him out of the lineup and we'll start Ryan Spooner. We have started him all year. I know the stats might not show he's been playing that great, but we're gonna switch this line back around, maybe put Pasnik back down. And Gabrick was playing well with Eriksson, so we're gonna change our first line. Do I want the Swedes together? Yeah, I'm gonna put them back together. Gabrick on the left wing with Soderberg and Eriksson. Maybe that'll give our second line some more scoring, and hopefully this time our first line that we initially had at the beginning of the year starts to click. That Bergeron, Marchand, Lucic line. I don't want to change too much around. I think our defense is fine where it is. It's been like this pretty much all year, despite the injuries. And I don't really blame the defense for those 2 losses. It's tough to tell, like I said before, without the in-depth simulation and statistics that we can view. But we'll do the best we can with this year's model. Hopefully next year it'll be a little bit better and more in depth. Only a few months to go. Come on, get a win, bounce back. Thank you. 4-3. Scoring got back up. Scored 4 goals that game. Toronto did score 3. That was, it's a little concerning seeing Tuukka not having a highlight game, but maybe he'll catch some fire and we can win a couple off here and then carry it over into the second round. All right, so I'm just gonna keep going. Right away, Toronto, we need these back-to-back wins. Oh, I keep clicking play game, and that's my fault. I can't wait for the new NHL. It looks awesome. I hope you guys have seen all the links on YouTube. I know that's all I do at work. I'm sure this is what you're doing right now if you're watching this, just sitting at your desk waiting to go home. Oh, that is just brutal. A loss, and Patrice Bergeron is out of the lineup. The probably #1 guy that is irreplaceable on this team. Our first line center that does absolutely everything. I'm gonna have to go in and edit lines. We're gonna be hurting at center. That was our #1 position we could not afford to lose. Anyone else, we could bring some wingers up. And our second center, Soderberg, wasn't that good anyways to begin with, so it wouldn't be too much of a loss, but oh boy. Yeah, this isn't going to be fun, but I'm going to shift the lines around a little bit here. I'll let you guys stay and watch what I'm doing. I'm going to put, obviously, Gregory Campbell back in because he's all we really have. Hopefully Tuukka can bail us out, so I'm going to run with the Swedes on the first line. With Lucic as our power, and then hopefully Gabrick can find some scoring with Kelly and Marchand. That is just, these are gross looking lines now with Bergeron out of the lineup, and there's not much we can do with that being said, but unfortunately that's what we have to work with. I'm gonna ride Carl Soderberg quite a bit. I'm just going to let him stay out there. And I don't know. We're going to need him and Kelly to step up. They have huge roles to fill. So, alright, so 4-on-4. We'll put Kelly here. I would like to have put Spooner in that role, but I just don't think. The extra attacker's all screwed up now. This is pretty brutal. This will be a miracle if we can win this series now. This is a huge letdown too, because the team was playing so well, just got back to full strength, and now we just have to deal with this huge loss, injuries. Of course, I jinxed myself when I said we haven't had any injuries yet, and sure enough, it didn't take long before our best player goes down. Okay, Kelly and Soderberg. I think our playoff run's gonna run. Our playoff luck is gonna run a little bit short. Okay, one last edit and we'll be good to go. Alright, boys, wish me luck, or we're going to be golfing. Okay, Amateur Scout can do whatever he wants right now. I'm not concerned about scouting at the moment, although maybe I should be, because it looks like we're going to need to rebuild a little bit. Alright, let's hope Tuukka can pull one out. Nice little 1-0 win maybe. Come on. Yeah, look at that. 1-0. Did I not call that? That's exactly what we needed. Tuukka to step up, and he stepped up huge. All right, so we need that. We need another win at Toronto. This will bring it home. Game 7, anything can happen. Feeling a nice little 2-1, 3-1 win, scoring up a little bit. Yeah, 2-1. All right, called that. We are suddenly alive in this series. Bergeron is still out. I wasn't paying too close attention. I know it said MCL sprain, so I assume that can't be a good thing. And I would assume he's out for extended period of time. Yeah, 4 weeks. He's not coming back. So we're gonna have to make it pretty much to all the way to the Stanley Cup if we want him to come back. I don't want to shouldn't even say those words. But we're just going to go for it. The line's playing good. Team's playing hot. Tuukka's playing hot. Just what I was hoping for at the end of the series. I'm going to turn around, close my eyes. Oh. Didn't simulate the game. Alright, simulate the game. Oh. A Game 7 heartbreaker. Lose 3-2 after that awesome comeback in Games 5 and 6. Tuukka just couldn't pull it out of his ass. Played a pretty decent series. The Game 4 was a little bad. They had 4 goals, but 3 goals, 2 goals, 3 goals, 4 goals, 0, 1, and 3. So, it wasn't his best, but it didn't help that we had, a Selke winner go out in the playoffs. That is tough to see. It looks like our off-season is going to be starting early. That is depressing. I thought we were going to make a nice cup run with that team, and they were doing better than I thought, but at the same time, I still thought we would at least make it past the Maple Leafs in the first round. Sad to see. Alright, so can we just simulate through the rest of the playoffs now? I guess we can take a look, see playoff tree. God only knows where it is. Stat Central probably. Yep, here we go. Playoff progress. So it looks like alright, so start from top left. Nashville won. St. Louis won. San Jose won, Chicago won 4-1, Detroit beat Montreal. At least our rival is not going to be making it past the first round with us. Hopefully they can beat Toronto, who it looks like is up 2-0. And New York is up on up 2-0 on Washington. So Tampa will not be making the Stanley Cup as they did this year. They did make the playoffs, but that strong New York team did sweep them 4-0. Wow. Us and St. Louis were the only the Bruins Bruins Tampa. I can't get words out today. Bruins and Toronto Maple Leaf series, along with Minnesota and St. Louis, were the only two that did go 7 games. But at least Montreal is not going to be winning the cup, so we'll just simulate a few weeks, get it over with. Beginning of June, maybe. Yeah, let's go June 10th. Should be a game or two left in the Stanley Cup, if that. We'll show you our Stanley Cups champs for the year 2015 season. See if it is going to be the Chicago Blackhawks indeed. Take a look at all the awards. I assume they'll have them all out. I don't know if they have an NHL awards ceremony after the postseason has concluded, like they will in real life this week. Yeah, awesome. Best lines, whatever. Bergeron ain't helping us right now anymore. Alright, edit scouting trip, whatever. Send you over to Russia. Have fun there, buddy. Ugh. Very disappointing. Well, it'll be a fun off-season to rebuild. This is only our first season. I did expect a little bit more. Stanley Cup champions at the end of May. Wow. They squeezed those games real tight in there. Stanley Cup champs, St. Louis Blues, Vladimir Tarasenko and the Blues. Alright, so our new salary caps, all that stuff's getting done early, it looks like. That's surprising. So I must have not had some 7-game series, but what is this right here? The draft, probably. I'll sim to that day. And then we'll look back. Oh yeah, NHL entry draft. That's the pink, and then re-sign phase. Okay, so yeah, we'll go right up to draft day. We can look at our prospects, and I'll show you the awards. Okay, so I'll edit the trade block in my own time, and I'll show you guys before the draft next episode. Let's go take a look at the stats and show you how the rest of the league finished up real quick. So it looks like Chicago did make it to the Western Conference Finals, but St. Louis was red hot. Look at those series, 4-1, 4-1, and 4-1 in the finals. They were just all about 4-1. Chicago too, 4-1, 4-1, and they lost 4-1. And the sweep, there wasn't many competitive series at all, except for ours and the Minnesota-St. Louis one first round. So maybe Minnesota's due for a long run next year, because they came the closest to beating the champs. But at least we did lose to the Eastern Conference champions, Toronto Maple Leafs. I don't know what got into Phil Kessel and James Van Riemsdyk, but I guess their defense and goal were good enough to get them that far. But all that being said, let's take a look at the awards. There's the Stanley Cup champ, President's Trophy, Minnesota Wild. Yep, the Eastern and Western Conference champions, and now to the Players Awards. Art Ross, Corey Perry. Look at that, and the Hart Memorial. So he got the most goals this year. Drew Doughty, the Norris Trophy, Lady Byng, Patty Kane, turning around from beating up cab drivers. Good for him. I'm always a big fan of Patty Kane, but not the award you expect him to win, like a guy like Pavel Datsyuk or something. But that's who I'll probably win this year, I would imagine. But you never know. The Calder, Philip Forsberg, had a phenomenal season this year in real life. really turned it on. I think he's going to get nosed by Ekblad in real life. Conn Smythe, Jaden Schwartz. Wow. I wonder what his overall is now. That's a interesting player to see doing well. Vesna Tuca does win back-to-back. He had that phenomenal year for us. Maybe he'll get even more of a boost, which would be huge. I'm glad we traded Malcolm Subban because that prospect would be a waste for us otherwise. The goalie, fewest goals scored. So yeah, Jonathan Quick just barely knows them, I guess, and Bill Masterson. Not sure on these awards. Selke, Pavel Datsuk, maybe Bergeron was in the running. I'm not sure. Ted Lindsay, most outstanding Perry, and Rocket Richard Ovechkin. So I guess I'm sorry. The Hart was most points, most valuable. Art Ross most points. Yeah, most points. I always get the awards screwed up. So those are our award winners. And can we look at our scouts now? Do they have that feature at least? Manage budget, league settings, updates. Oh, trade and scout. Here we go. Scouting. So our scouting has been completed and it's no scouting available. So that's cool. I guess we won't be looking at those guys. Maybe we can look at them briefly once we do get into the draft. I guess we'll look at the progress report, see how our guys did. Bartkowski going down overall. That's not good. Erickson did go up. That's good to see. So did Gabrick. Roman Josi, definitely like to see that. That's a huge plus for us. 10 overall better, or 10 attributes upgraded rather, 1 overall better. Torrey Krug going up, that's good. I scroll past Pasnico. Rask, no change, that kind of stinks. Larson, whoever that is, young goalie, that's good to see. Where is system? Peter Aberg, that was the prospect we picked up in the Gabrick trade, I believe. So that's good to see. See how? Oh, okay. So we have some guys in our system listed here. So Dougie Hamilton went up. That's good. Great to see. Brett Conley, huge numbers of improvement. Now 82 overall. Ryan Spooner, he's gone up to an 80 overall. That's awesome. Pasnik is still at 81, but slowly progressing. Koklachev is 79 now. Morrow. We have a lot of good guys in our system and some pretty nice upgrades, so that is definitely good to see. We can hopefully edit our trading block. I did want to do that. I'll probably do that in my own time though, because I'm not exactly sure what our direction is. View contracts, so I'll show you guys quickly. Okay, yeah, Dougie's gonna end soon. Oh, list of all contracts, perfect. Show you our free agents. So Campbell and Kelly. Kelly, maybe we can re-sign at a low contract. He's at least off the books for that $3 million now. Soderberg, same thing. A mill's fine for him. We don't have any big contracts or players dropping off. That's good to see. We may want to move some of these contracts, though. I still like Gabrick. I know he's getting old, but oh wow, he's signed out for a while. But until he starts to maybe decline a little bit, I'm going to try to keep him. I know he's eating up some cap, but I don't know how much of a trade value he'd really be. We have shored up the back end with Josi now. And we'll need to re-sign Hamilton, so... Oh, actually, yeah, that's right. He'll be in the system, so... We have a lot of restricted free agents here. Let's take a look. Brett Conley will want to sign. Florek. He played a few games. Dougie Hamilton, that's going to be our big guy we need to sign. Spooner. And all these guys are all signed still on their entry-level deals. Pasnick will be nice. Hopefully he can progress even more because we have him on the books for under $1 million for the next 2 years. So that's what our contract situation looks like right now. It looks like Hamilton is our biggest concern, and then maybe Soderberg or Kelly. Actually, Conley too. We want to keep him. He's nice and young. As far as these other guys, I don't really see us extending too far for any of them. Guys like Bobby Robbins and Tommy Cross that they've drafted, I'd like to keep in our system, along with some other guys. I don't know exactly their value too much, but we'll see what direction and how much cap space we'll have. Looks like we're at 64 right now out of 70, so it'll be a tight squeeze. We might need to make some moves. All that being said, though, that does conclude our 2014-15 season. Unfortunately, we did fall short, and the Stanley Cup champions are your St. Louis Blues. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give it a like and stay tuned for our next episode.